So let us start at the beginning. First one is the Nine of Wands, and wands are motion and fire and physical action. And it does look like this is a 9, so that is almost the end of a process. 10 is the ending of a process, so it does look like you've been going through some probably old boxes, rearranging rooms. Can even mean looking for a new home, but it looks like you are cleaning your closets out on a physical level, and releasing some, looks like pent up energy from the past, keeping what's necessary, and really letting go of some things that you needed to let go of. This is also on the physical level as well as the metaphysical level. So, when we dig into a box, we start releasing the energy from the past. And when you let go of that item, it allows you to open your heart and let go of the pent-up feelings that are associated with that, either negative or positive. So it looks like you've been doing some physical cleaning, whether it's the garage, the house, a closet, or even to the level of getting ready to move to another space. But it looks like you are cleaning things out to make room for the future. What crosses you is it does feel like it was created by either a sense of urgency or betrayal, but something happened, it looks like, to cause this. For many of you Pisces, it may be a betrayal of the heart. It may just be gossip that got you pissed enough to move the energy. But it does look like some situation prompted you into making these changes. It doesn't look like it's something that you voluntarily chose to do. So there does seem to be some heart pain around this. So I don't know if it was a betrayal by a friend or a lover or a partner, but it does feel like something came to a head and was done behind your back that hurt you. This is the 10 of Swords, so it does look like the completion of whatever this is. So for those of you who are releasing a relationship, this looks like it. The Death card is here, the Betrayal card, the Heart card. So it doesn't necessarily mean an affair prompted anything, but it does look like there's a bit of betrayal done to you that prompted you to make these changes once and for all. So, and it can be, betrayal for somebody else, and maybe you've welcomed them into your house and then you need to make room for them. So, but it's all about making room and releasing the energy from the past. The Magic Man, or the Magician, is up here. And this is absolutely one of my favorite cards. It's when you're connecting with the God of your heart on a spiritual level. It doesn't necessarily mean religion. It can for many of you. You might wander back into church if you have not been going for a while, or even reading a self-help book, or if your God is walking in the forest, whatever it is that you find your zen and your peace and your magic about, it looks like you are incorporating. And I'm feeling I'm seeing a pretty strong image of art and creating. So for many of you, the creating may just be writing or something, but it looks like you are embracing your creative and a creative outlet. It could be going back to painting, writing, or even just reading a book. Maybe reading a book is your true passion. But it looks like you are much more connected to your magic and your art, or an outlet that is artistic. And for those of you who rebuild engines, that may be your art too. So I don't want you to think that I'm limiting it just to the arts. Whatever your passion is, it looks like you have re-embraced that to fulfill that artistic magic side of you. Something that is in the past is the Emperor. This is feeling like kind of like a grown-up discussion happened. A grown-up discussion happened where, it may have been in the lower levels for a while. And if it's on the relationship plane, it looks like, slinging mud just didn't work. So raising up your havingness, opening up your heart to compassion and love, really set the platform, set the stage for speaking from the heart with integrity and with the intent of resolving something. For many of you, it may be a relationship space, or it may be just having that chat with your coworker or boss that you've been putting off for a long time. But whatever it is that had been being ignored for a while, that was feeling urgent to you, it looks like it was brought to the forefront, and it did make some changes. Some for the good, some for the challenging, but it looks like you took the high road on something. You pulled your integrity up, you did the right thing, and you spoke from truth rather than anger. I'm seeing the red is all lighting up here, that it looks like the majority of the conversations from the past were kind of based in anger and frustration. This conversation really took the high road of morals, compassion, love, and resolution. So that has just happened. It's also all this change that's flying around is kind of depleting you from some of your energy, kind of creating a little bit more confusion. What's your next step? There's some choices here, but it also looks like it's been disrupting your sleep pattern a bit. Whether that means sleeping too much or not being able to sleep at all, but it looks like your brain candy has been working overtime. When I ask Spirit what this is, it's like this is your brain, and your brain has been going full force on worry and changes, and it's disrupting your sleep pattern. So if you can find a way to either meditate or pray or give it to, a tree, but to relieve yourself of some of that worry because it's not serving you. Change is happening. Worry about it when it comes. I know Pisces generally aren't a huge worrier, but with this big change that's happening right now, and it could be people coming into the house, people going out of the house, I'm feeling movement and people coming in and out and kind of accommodating that. And for many of you Pisces, it could just be getting ready for a guest. Who knows? But it does feel like there's movement on the house level and accommodation for others, but really living your most authentic life and speaking from the heart with either your loved ones or your partner. And it does look like it has created some resolution, but also some worry about the future. The 3 is here in the future position. I think this is an extension of the betrayal. It does feel like your heart is hurting. So this can be an affair. This can be a demise of a marriage or a relationship. This could be a demise of a friendship, or just if you've lost someone that they've gone to the other side. This can be grieving. So there is some kind of heart grief. It can be with a physical death, or it can mean with the change of a relationship, lack of a relationship. It's just, you're grieving. You're grieving. And it looks like that it's coming up fast and furious for you, but it does look like you've been grieving about these differences for a while. So it does feel like it is moving towards being more at peace. But it's really necessary to grieve our losses, whether it's a relationship or whether it's an actual loss of a death of a parent or friend or child or someone close to us. So it's really important to embrace that grief and to walk through it on the other side when it's time. Everyone grieves at their own pace. Some don't grieve for years. Some grieve for decades. So however that looks for you, it's time to start releasing some of this energy and really feeling the sadness so you can build from that place of release and create a space of joy for yourself to build on. So the King of Pentacles, you've got a lot of people in this. So I'm wondering if there's just a lot of opinions on this movement and this change that's happening in your life, Pisces. But it does look like everyone has an opinion. The King of Pentacles, that can be an earth sign. That's Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. So I'm feeling that this change is not started by this King of Pentacles, but there is some help, some aid in this change for you. You're not alone, so don't be afraid to ask for help from either good buddies, family members, friends. But it also feels like your money has to be watched a little bit more carefully, that there's some expenditures in the month of June, and I'm feeling July, that it will level out a little bit for you after July. But these are necessary changes, upgrades, and movement. So you might as well invest the time, energy, and money in yourself and in that change. It's happening whether you want it to or not. Queen of Wands is here. Wands is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It does feel like it's right around the line of this. So this could be either the person that betrayed you, or this could be the person you're grieving, but there's something to do with, and it feels like a woman. Usually I don't attach gender to these cards, but this Queen of Wands, which is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, there's some facilitation of this change due to her. And she's not the bad guy in all this, but it does feel like there was something created by this person that kind of started the ball rolling. And as I said, this could be the one that betrayed you if you are in relationship with a fire queen. But it does feel like everyone's got an opinion and kind of pulling you in different directions. So make sure you create a quiet space for you, so you can clear the clatter and the din from your head and make a decision that is best for you, not based on anyone else's opinions or manipulation or needs. So it looks like putting your needs first is super important these next 2 months, that you kind of put your needs on the wayside, either for the betterment of the family, for a person, for the kids, aged adults. But it does look like it's time to make you a priority. This change is happening. So you might as well put your 2 cents in and make some changes that are positive toward your growth. The death card is here. This can be a physical death. I don't feel it's a physical death. It may be from a physical death. That may be what the grieving is, from a physical death. Maybe even the demise or the death of a relationship, death of a job. It's something that is coming to an end and has been for a while. So this is kind of like the final steps of this ending. Pardon me. But this has something to do with the grieving. The ending of something. But with the ending of something, there's always new beginnings. So cross the T's, dot the I's, clean out the garage, and really put this situation to bed. So you can create the platform for new beginnings and really get in touch with your magic and your passions again. It does look like you put a lot of your stuff on the back burner so others could use your tutelage, or they were in need of you. Now it's time for you. And that seems to be a running theme with all these changes this month, is really looking out for ourselves, putting that oxygen mask on us first before we put it on the people that we love. Because if we're not healthy and happy, then nobody else is, especially if we have a lot of responsibilities with other people, younger and older than we are. The culmination culmination card here is the 5. And it does look like there is some static in the air. It does look like with all these people, they all have opinions on how you should make these changes or not make these changes. But it looks like it's just a little static. So take your leave from that, step back from everybody's opinion. But it does look like these changes have kind of put everybody in an uproar. You will get with the new flow in time, all depending on what the dynamics look like for your situation. But it does like right now that it's a little bit staticky and kind of nitpicky. It does feel like people's opinions maybe too bold right now for your taste. But they can argue without you just fine. So take a step back from people's opinions and just don't engage is the best advice. Don't engage in any politics, whether it's work related or personal, interpersonal. But it does look like heavy opinions are causing sparks within relationships right now around you. Page of Cups, this can stand for children. With all these changes, it doesn't surprise me that there would be a child card here because especially if it's a demise of a relationship or a marriage or a change within that marriage, it does affect our children and our relatives. Page of Cups, this is a water sign. That's Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But pages also can stand for messages. And cups are messages of love. You know, our cup runneth over. So it could be mean an engagement, a wedding. I'm taking an emotional risk. You know, it looks like you have put your heart stuff or your future heart stuff on the back burner. So Pisces, take a risk. Message that person. Tell that person that you love them. Make amends for this situation if it's needed and you haven't. So speak your words of love. Be willing to give messages of love and receive messages of love, whether it is the person that you're going through with this or not. So that is your reading, sweet Pisces, for the month of June. If you liked what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to throw a couple of these angel cards. I normally don't use these too much because the deck is just huge. Okay, Ace of Water. How perfect for a water sign, an exalted water sign. Here we go. This one didn't want to come out. And that is ego. Yes. So this is kind of a continuation of the theme. Ace of Water, falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth, and enhanced intuition, or a new home. So that kind of validates everything that was in the reading. And ego, which is the Archangel Jophiel, I believe. Jophiel. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused in material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So change the game. Change the game. No victim stuff, no ego stuff. Now time to embrace your magic and step into your future and step into your brilliance, Pisces.